Hi guys, it's Debbie, and I am going to make another fluid painting by pouring a bunch of paints into a cup and tipping them over on my canvas. Anyways, for any of those that have seen any of my other videos, I have made a lot of videos on pouring the paint onto your canvas. And for the most part, I found it super simple. Except for sometimes I get a nasty painting, but the majority of them all turned out pretty good. And recently, oh my God, I have done quite a few very nasty paintings. And I couldn't figure out because I mix all my colors. I mix them all to this, let's see if you can see this, consistency like this. This is really perfect. I'm not sure what went wrong, but I was using several different paints that I have so many of them here that are old. And so I was using up some of those. And I have to tell you, I'm assuming that's what happened. Like this one could be considered a little thick. And I do believe that thick and thin ones are pretty awesome because you get these different effects on your painting sometimes. So if everything's not exactly right, I have felt that's worked out to my advantage. But when you can't control what you're working with and it looks nasty one right after the next, it's very frustrating. Now this one here, this particular one is this Delta Chrome Coat. It's mixed with Floetrol. It's not nearly as runny, but a lot of these paints I have are old and I just want to use them up. I literally threw out so many of them just this past week. Tons and tons and tons. Because I'm probably never going to use any of them. I bought them and they just sit here. So I thought, oh, they're perfect to use in this. But, some of them are just so nasty. And some of my old Liquitex, you name it, I've got some pretty bad ones here. It's been a little bit frustrating, so I'm just starting to throw several of them out or put them aside for the thicker paintings. Anyways, it can become very frustrating at times and other times super easy. And I honestly feel one of the most important things after you've thinned your paint down and made sure you got the silicone in it is how it's going to flow off of there. And if you mix them too thin, you can get a lot of little cells. But the thing is, when you mix them really kind of thin, they mix too much together in the cup. And then when you have that, it's kind of, it blends too much together. And you don't have as much as of the sharp colors like, you want it to separate out. Like this one has. You don't want this to be all blurry here like this one has. So you really need to have some of the thicker paints in there. And anyways, we're going to see what's going to happen. And also, I'm always mentioning I'm going to put them on my paintings on my drying rack. This is what I use for a drying rack. So it works pretty good. It gets air from top and bottom. So, and anyways, so I'm just going to bring you down and we're going to get started. Okay. Okay, so I got my cup right here. Now this cup I used a few days ago and I'm not too sure. There was a very thick paint in there. This blue. Well, we'll see what's going to happen. Anyways, alright, I think I'm going to use for this first pour, I'm not too sure yet what order. I have a purple. I was going to mix up some violet and I want to show you. I did, but yeah, we'll put a little bit of this in there. Like I said, it's an older paint. That's frustrating to have these. We'll use some of this one too. I think different brands sometimes are nice to use. Just sometimes you're going to have a few problems. All right, with the older stuff. You can see my stuff is sitting around on the paint. And I need to throw on some gloves. All right, guys, sorry about that. And how about some red? Okay, so we have quite a collection of colors here. Let's see where it leads me. Who knows? I got yellow sitting off to the side. I may throw some of that in too, just for fun. Probably. Okay. I'm going to start with blue. Now see this one? Okay. Some of this dark navy blue. This one's pretty thick. See that? I don't know if you can tell in the video, but it's pretty thick. Actually, both of these are pretty thick. I'm going to hold off on that one right now. Now, I know this is very thin. You can't get it to go roll off of here. We're going to see what's going to happen with that. Using some old colors. See, this is how you want it to pour, just like that one just did. But we're going to see what happens, because I do like using different kinds, different brands. And if you're doing a couple of them a little thin, you know what, this one, I did not put any silicone in that. So, but there should be enough in all the rest of these, I hope, to balance that one out. I do think I mix my paints lately. I may have been mixing them too thick. I feel like that every time I pour. And then when it turns out okay, I'll go, oh, I guess it was the right thickness. Just when you think you got a system down, something happens. It's a different... my biggest advice to you is if you start working with something that works for you, and you're enjoying it, you should stay right with it, because it can be kind of frustrating. Oh, we got to throw a little yellow in. I'm going to see in the top, it just needs some yellow. Okay. I'm always putting a little too much in the cup lately. I have a big mess. I like to get all my paintings out of the way, so hopefully less chance of spilling them. I've spilt these quite a few times. There's a little bit of cell action going on in there. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. Sometimes I don't even never notice it until it gets poured on here. Okay. That one's kind of cool, huh? Well, you got a couple little red dots coming up. Now when I tap the bottom, it makes the air bubbles pop up. I don't want to lose that red. So I'm going to go this way a little bit. Okay. Kind of am losing it, but we're going to come back that way in just a minute. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to get this corner. I love the colors on here anyways. Okay. All right, so these thick colors seem to be working pretty good today. Oh, I'm telling you, I made like 6 or 8 of them that I was not happy with. Oh, so now here, this is probably from that color that, I'm going to have to pull it out. Okay, there we go. Nobody will know later on. All right, I'm pretty happy with this so far. I think, get everything out of the way for a second. And after I wipe off my hands, I really don't need to be hit with a heat gun, but we'll do that. See, I forgot to take off my bracelets. Okay. The heat gun, you want to let it heat up just a second. Okay. That's probably enough. Alright. Oops. I can't say there was a whole lot of change with that. But I'm very happy with the, kind of with the way it turned out. Oops. Let's see. It's hard to see what you're seeing here. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I really appreciate for you stopping by. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.